This is the mic I'm on, right? What do you want me to do? Sitting and to do to camera 3? Don't show my shoes. Don't show my shoes. Okay.
Here we go. Yeah, we're both in here. Hello, yes, yes.
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
Hello, yes. 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 Can you hear me? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think it's gone. Yes. Okay, well, we're looking forward to starting the show. I know the show is going on tonight, Miss Christo.
Absolutely.
You know, have some great, exciting guests coming up.
Yeah.
Christo?
We have some really exciting guests coming up this evening. We're actually going to start off with a pre-recorded show.
A pre-recorded show from our Women in Film and Video series.
Absolutely.
Women in Film and Video from the New England region.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then in the second half, we're going to have IMP Goods, he's a local New England artist. And then we're going to have 2 other special guests. We have Miss Genevieve, and we also have Mr. Gio Da Vinci.
Now, it's, yeah, yeah.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Somerville Line. I am here with my lovely executive director, Miss Yvette. We normally don't see her on this side of the camera. She's normally running around behind the scenes doing her thing. But yeah, we have a different show tonight. We're actually going to do something a little bit different and do a pre-recorded show for about a half an hour. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're going to do our pre-recorded show from our first Women in Film and Video New England region show with Carol Patton, who is the magazine editor for Check out the show.
You have to check it out.
You got to check it out.
Yep.
But you'll know Miss Carol Patton. She's done a lot of wonderful things for the video and film industry around the Massachusetts area.
Mm-hmm. And, she obviously, it's women, film and video,
Women,
but she's
yes.
also open to working with everyone. But she's made tons of strides, in the New England area.
In the New England area.
Absolutely.
And that show is hosted, our show is hosted by Chuck Slavin, who is part of a lot of the film industry area in the Massachusetts region.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So the show you're watching tonight is the replay from our February 24th, which was our very first show for the Women in Film and Video for the New England region. If you want to know more about the Women in Film and Video for the New England region, please check out their website or go to the Facebook page, and you'll see a whole bunch of information.
Absolutely.
So,
and then the second half. So
second
we don't
half.
we don't want to forget about that. So the second half of our show, we're going to have a local New England artist by the name of IMP Goods. I actually found him, I believe it was on like Instagram or something like that, and I was like, hey, like, want to have you on the show. We've been emailing back and forth.
Oh yeah, we've been emailing back and forth, right? He's over there chilling,
he knows.
Cheesing right now.
We're going to get into it, but we've been emailing back and forth, and we finally have him here in the studio.
In the studio.
Absolutely, and I'm going to be chatting with him about his music video and, you know, a lot of what he does as a local artist.
I'm sorry,
go for it. Go for
it. Once I got his, his Facebook or his video page,
right.
The first song I listened to was "What If."
Right.
And guys, you've got to wait and check out.
Yeah, it's going to be a real treat.
We're
gonna show that video, but then we're also we're gonna break it down, and we're gonna talk about that video and all of the messages because it's so perfect for right now, the time that we're living in right now.
Oh my God.
So we don't want to give you too much. We don't want to give it away.
You just need to be there. And if you ever saw Billie Holiday's Strange Fruit,
oh yeah,
you need to watch.
Absolutely.
What If?
Absolutely. Don't give away too much.
I just had to give that away.
Not too much. You definitely have to
Don't be scared.
Absolutely. And then right after we have that interview, we're going to bring on Miss Genevieve and Mr. Gio Da Vinci. Genevieve is a brand new member here at SCAT TV.
Somerville Media
Center. But yeah, absolutely. She is a brand new member, and she is into all things podcasts, and she's a blogger, and she does amazing work. So we're going to interview her and talk about what she's up to. And then Gio Da Vinci, you guys probably remember him from, was it last week's show, right? Or was it the week before?
Gio has been around
for
about a month, and we just love the energy that he's been bringing to the set.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. Genevieve may also be starting a calendar for us.
Yep.
So every month, every other week, we may have a calendar update from Miss Genevieve.
Yeah, and have a bunch of different events going on so that we can spread the good word, right?
Spread the good word. And, maybe Crystal and I will come back later on just to kind of give you a rundown on the new things that are happening here at Somerville Media Center.
Yeah, I like that.
On Friday nights between 8 and 10 p.m.
We have a lot going on.
Going on.
Yeah, this isn't your regular Somerville Line show. We have done a lot, so let's do that. Let's close out the show with that. If you guys stick with us till the end, you'll get to hear all about that, and we'll give you a little rundown of what we've been up to behind the scenes and, kind of like the brains of our operation.
We'll change our shoes
to
get out of our work shoes
yep.
and put on our little stuff.
Absolutely.
And then we can tell you about our telethon that's going to be happening at Somerville Media Center. Mm-hmm. We'll give you the date. And also our hip-hop festival.
Evolution of Hip-Hop.
Third annual Evolution of Hip-Hop
Okay,
festival.
wait. I don't want to get too much into it yet.
Martin and DeAndre are working on the new flyer for the Save the Date. So
all right, so we don't want to get too much into it.
Okay,
not too much.
We're going to save it.
We're going to save it for the end. We're going to take, maybe like 15 minutes. We're going to chat and talk about all of that. I don't want to give it away.
Okay, then.
You're definitely going to have to watch.
Stop. Okay.
Absolutely. So with that being said, I think
before you close
out, absolutely.
I just want to say, Crystal, thank you for all the hard work
that
you
have put into the show. I appreciate
it. Thank you for everything that you have done for the Somerville Line.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Mary Beth, who started with us a long time ago, and Alvin Carter. But Crystal, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
But also thank you to you for giving me, honestly, for giving me the platform as well, which we'll get into all the mushy stuff after at the end. And
if we go there, we have to send a shout out to our Miss Tracy.
Miss
Heather Tracy.
My aunt, Auntie Tracy.
Right. So we're getting ready to ask Vaughn to get us ready and kick us off to our very first show for the Women in Film and Video New England region that took place on February 24th, 2017. Wow.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Well, it's something we do with Women in Film and Video, and we're excited to have you. Personally, I'm excited to have you here tonight because you are a pioneer in the film industry, and you've been involved for a
You're making me
time.
sound so old.
Well,
Really, you're right to that degree, because when I came to Boston, where I knew I would finally settle down in my life after working and traveling and living all over the world, I discovered that it was an amazing place to produce film. And I looked around and I could see really deep pockets of talent, extraordinary writers, gorgeous institutions and architecture, quaint little fishing villages, great neighborhoods, and just an energy that I thought would be the terrific place to become Mecca, if you will. But at the time, people were not really familiar, and it was difficult to put together a local piece, if you will. And the very talented people that worked here would definitely did leave to work in Tibet or in Great Britain or on the West Coast while they still lived here, which meant that they had to spend a lot of time away. So I thought it'd be a good idea to connect the dots and see if we couldn't grow a really giant film production center in Boston. And that's how Imagine came about.
and is that you a writer? How did you find the flair?
I do write, but I'm certainly not a publisher. I was a writer, producer, director. I was in the television industry for my entire career to that point, starting as ABC's first weatherwoman at K-Gun TV in Tucson, Arizona, which is where I grew up and went to school. And having worked then, as I said before, all over the world, I went into news gathering in Germany, and then news and documentary at the BBC in London, then to NBC, and when they didn't promote me fast enough, I took a job in Southeast Asia in order to keep working and doing the things on the level that I wanted to do. When I did finally get an offer to be a general manager of a television station, small group, it was in Texas, and I took the job and came back after being in Seoul, Korea for 3 years, traveling that area. I came back to Texas and worked with this group until I finally got hired away by a big broadcast company in Las Vegas and Minneapolis. And so I've worked in major markets in this industry and have done everything that you can possibly imagine, from being on camera to being general manager. Not a chief engineer, but I've hired and fired a whole bunch of people.
Wow. And that's something I think that, people who know the magazine know that it's a resource for filmmakers. And it's not a tabloid. It's not following the gossip. It's more of the inner workings. And I think that's what's really exciting about it. And the fact that you made how many magazines have there been?
Well, we're almost to our 200th edition, if you can imagine. We began in April of 1998. Alec Baldwin was on our first cover, and he was encouraging us. He is still a subscriber today, and he occasionally calls to let me know what he thinks about what we're doing and what we're writing. But growing the independent film industry in the beginning was one of the things that caught his attention and that he thought was really great for us to do. But our magazine is special in the event, in so much as it's not a critical magazine. We're not film critics. We are the nuts and bolts of the industry. We say that we are the business of film, television, and new media production, because that's exactly what we mean. We're not that glamorous part that wears the great gowns and goes out to the big awards, although we do that. But we are the nuts and bolts. We look at where the business is, how to bring it in here, make sure that we're developing our talent, our crew base, make sure our institutions are growing along with us. In the beginning, as you will know, when we started changing from digital, for example, from film to digital, for example, the colleges and the universities hadn't caught up with that and were stuck in all of their old equipment. So we had to be certain that we supported the interim steps, like intermediate concepts, and a couple of other schools that stepped in to take those positions and keep our industry doing what we needed to know. So that was an interesting time. But in the beginning, I knew that we had to really do something to attract industry. And one of the most important things that happened in the last 20, 30 years is that we lost our national incentive, if you will, when a couple of loopholes were closed and that great tax reduction for investing in American film really got us off the ground and made our film industry so great. That loophole was closed, and at that moment, other countries started offering film tax credits to lure our industry away, and we did a darn good job of it. And we lost $600 billion in film production in Canada, Great Britain, Australia, Prague, and other areas, and it was getting to be frightful for us. In order to get that back, we needed to think of a way, and it was the film tax credits, which most people still don't understand, but that was the way to get it back. And so we began working on that here in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and in Connecticut. We wanted it for all of New England as much as possible.
And that's the thing. That's one of the things that I feel, as someone in the film industry, has been a pioneer.
Absolutely. We wrote the legislation.
Yes.
We wrote the legislation. We met with leadership. We met with the three governors, all three states that I just mentioned. We started working with the members of the houses and the Senate and their staffs in order to get them to understand that a film tax credit that lures a film here doesn't necessarily mean that that money all goes to Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt, because that's how they first viewed it. So for them to understand that 25% in a film tax credit, which is transferable, at the time it's now refundable or transferable, and would actually attract that business. And the bigger the star, the bigger the pictures, the more people were hired, the more jobs that were created, the more businesses that were brought in to support ancillary roles, anything from furniture stores to cement, construction companies, also paint companies, lumber companies. And the people that really benefit from this industry, the list goes on and on. To say nothing that we've created great business for our talented, both our crew and our acting talent base. It's just been amazing.
Because I think we should try to get some of the magazine covers up. Some of those. You know, I know we had spoke before, and you had told me that a little known fact about how many times you've been on the cover. If you want to share, because there's been 200.
We're almost to 200. We celebrated the first 100 with a big party. When we get to 200, we're really going to have a huge celebration. But I have only been on the cover twice, and neither of those times was I on the cover all by myself. I mean, not for this or that. I was with my starting up crew on our first birthday, because it's very seldom that a new industry magazine or any magazine, as far as that goes, makes it to their first anniversary. It's really a celebration. So we were all on the cover that year. And then last year, I was also on the cover when...
We have some as well on the screen. So.
Well, this particular cover is really fabulous, but I wasn't on that cover either. One cover that I was, the next cover that I was on was the one that had all, yes, we published this magazine February of last year. It was a special edition, just so that our legislators could know and see the faces that work in our industry. And it was the first time we had a cover that was kind of front and back.
Yeah.
And so, well, we had one cover prior to that was front and back. But these are the faces, and these people are
Talk a little bit about the party. Because you do something that
It's
is
very
very special, and it gives back.
Every year in January, we did our 11th. We've been doing this since our inception, but we started this very special part of a party that we do every single year. We call it our Imagine New Year's, Industry New Year's Celebration and Imaginaire Awards Gala. At that time, we give awards to the great people in our peers who actually do amazing work, have large bodies of work, are also the kind of people that give back. The rest of the industry. Tuesday of every new year, because we can't get our people together during the holiday, obviously. So we do it on the second Tuesday of every new year, and it's always a great party. It's a magical evening. When you get that many talented people together in one room, it makes magic. And if we could look at that, we just had one, and I believe you're in it.
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
We want the audience to be able to see. So if we have that queued up, let's see if we can.
That would be great.
Right after.
Well, that particular issue is the issue that we send to AFN. That's part of our outreach program. We send 8 or 9 stories from our marketplace of new productions that are looking for everything that you can find at the American Film Market, which is in Santa Monica, California. It's an amazing place. It's the largest film market in the Western Hemisphere. And over $8 billion in sales is made in 7.5 days. I know, it's amazing. 450 films screened. But we want to take our stories and our projects there for them to look at and to see if we can't get them made or help that producer, writer, director in any way that they think. The kinds of things that you can find at AFM are financing, international distribution, production company, if you're, no matter what state you're in, that can help you out to finish a film, and also to just present ideas and try to affect talent. So it's a very important.
Very good. You do a resource guide that people can be a part of to take for us actors or us professionals who are not able to go out with you.
Yes. Way to those thousands of studio executives who will come find locations for their projects. There'll be over 300 film communities there from all over the world trying to attract this attention. Of course, we want to get our unfair share of the business. And there, $3 billion in location business will be granted. Will be granted. So with our production guide there, what we're doing is we're showing everybody what we have to offer here. The depth of our talent, the depth of our crews, the vendor support, the studios, the infrastructure, everything that relates to what a studio or major producer would need when he comes to our marketplace. Then that particular guide is placed on our website for the entire year, available 24/7, 365 for anyone who has a project that they need to find an actor or a service.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. So we're working on that, and everyone should be a part of this. This is a marvelous compendium of our talent and our resources and our locations that are here in the room.
And you also,
Very innovative.
right?
Well, this is an important thing that we do. We have these wonderful film tax credits, and the Massachusetts film tax credit is absolutely among the best in the world and in our own country. We unfortunately don't have any way of advertising it other than
Yeah.
so when we advertise it in Imagine, we get this out, and then this goes to all the events that we put on, so that everyone will know that we have a 25% film tax credit, that we have a minimum spend of $50,000, which is really low, and that our film tax credits apply to above the line and below the line, which means
Yeah.
and our film tax credit is worth more than any other film tax credit in the country.
That's right.
Yes?
Now, if we're able to, let's try again to see if we can see the video from the party.
Great.
See what we see here.
That would be great.
And if not, then the ad cover of the magazine.
Well, why don't we just look at our Imagine. This is last year's production cover. And
We're gonna wrap for a second
Okay,
here.
that's great.
I wonder if that's a video. Oh. All right, so we're gonna roll a video of the party. Please. Audience.
Imagine's mission from the very beginning has been to support and grow the film production community in New England. I created Imagine 9 years ago. I found that when I was trying to work here, the stratas of people that were working didn't know about each other and couldn't connect with each other. This concept was actually to connect the dots of the industry so that people would get to know each other, know what the other people are doing, and how they can work together. We sponsor events like our industry New Year's party that we hold the second Tuesday of every year. We invite everyone in our community to attend. We do a very special Boston Film Night early in the fall, again, so that we can bring together the community. And we get 600 people for 2 showings, and that's very rewarding. We also sponsor events like film festivals, so that we can help. And I noticed the distress in our industry, which we were experiencing from the financial downturn and then losing our film office here. I knew that we would have to become engaged politically. We had no clout on the hill, and no one would return our telephone calls. We decided we needed somebody who would talk to us on Beacon Hill, and we found Brian Wallace. We helped him get elected, and he's been an important person for us. We've been very busy rebuilding the whole picture, particularly trying to get offices established that would serve our community, but also getting tax incentives for filmmakers and major producers and studios who would come here to do their work. We can have an economic impact on the state, and we do bring an industry that is clean industry. We deposit a lot of money, and we take away only good experiences, and then we show them over and over and over again so that people can see them 30, 50, and 100. opening up opportunities. Now with Imagine, I balance the ink all of the time, and I balance my support and my hiring of everyone in our community. And I think my legacy from Imagine will be that I help this community see its potential, and many individuals see their potential and help them get there as well. So I think that's where it's going to be. I believe Hollywood will always be first, New York will be second, but there's no reason that Boston and New England cannot be number 3. And that's what we're shooting for.
Video. But it was a great video. That was a video about.
That's amazing. That video is a tribute to me.
It's Freddie Gray. To Scott. What is Trayvon Martin? All this craziness going on around the world. How about if things were different? Martin Luther King.
What if hip-hop never existed? Do you think there'd be as many people screaming out, stop snitching? What if Adam and Eve ain't eat the fruit? You think we'd be able to see the truth? Or what if Albert Einstein didn't think of the nuke? Or Smith & Wesson didn't teach us to shoot? Do you think there'd be as many plays made if there was no boost? Matter of fact, what if white men hung off a noose? Would it still be cool to say nigga? Or maybe we would make 6 figures? Or would we wanna be crackers? And all the whites would be rappers. What if Martin Luther King survived? You think FEMA's response to Katrina would've caused him to drop and die? I wonder what if and see what is. Stand back from the picture and ask yourself why? What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think you changed the route to the road we on?
I don't know.
What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think you changed your route to the road we on? Hold on.
know.
If Mitt Romney won the election instead of Obama, you think crowds would still be blamed on the press? Be honest, you think those cops would be gone as if that officer ain't choose to lay hands on Eric Garner? What if my Uncle Az was raised in the burbs? You think I would've stayed home instead of play on the curb? If Christopher Wallace never got murked, how much money would Sean Carter be worth? What if Tupac never got hit with the flame? Would the game still have change filled with these lames? What if Trayvon Martin walked down another street? What if them shots Malcolm sent never hit Zeke? Pipe down, what if them bullets miss Mike Brown? Or them Boston bombers didn't hit my town? The powers that be will raise an eyebrow, say la vie, but living to make you cry out. What if? What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think you changed your route to the road we on?
I don't know.
What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think you changed your route to the road we on? If Malcolm X survived all them shots that hit him, you think he stopped fighting for black equality and start killing? What if the government told the truth instead of abortion? The cigarettes and other evil kingdoms didn't endorse them. If Bill Gates was another abortion, you think artists would make more than this minuscule portion? What if them 9/11 flights they leave from Boston and Bart didn't take Oscar Grant from his daughter? What if French couldn't speak from that shot to the dome? Who you think would be on hooks if Max B was home? What if there was no such place as McDonald's or BK? You think more dudes would look like Arnold? If Mike Jackson never joined the Five, you think he'd still be misunderstood or hurting inside? What if Big L got clapped but he survived? Or 50 Cent got shot 9 times and then he died? What if blacks didn't get locked on the rag? Matter of fact, what if Jordan was born with no legs? What if Satan and God ain't have beef? You think maybe this earth would be at peace? At least try to see what it could have been. It hurts sometimes seeing what it should have been. But we write our own stories, time is money. And it's costing me cause every second alters the future. Live cautiously. What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think you changed your route to the road we on?
I don't know.
What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if P. Goods. Boston, Massachusetts. Three's up. It's my city.
It's my city, I'm rapping until I'm gone. People in the streets, they hustle until it's dawn. Keep your spirits up, my family staying strong. Push it to the limit, we're taking it far beyond that. It's my city, where? It's my city, yeah. It's my city, and I rap it till I'm gone, yeah. It's my city, where? It's my city, yeah. It's my city, stand up, if you feel me, yeah.
Round here we throw our threes, and that's just how it be. Be fitted on my hand and Adidas on my feet. Rep where I grew up at, where them kids shoot up at. All the drunks always threw up at, and them fiends always shoot up at. Police showing up, waiting to cuff a youngster. Hustlers hiding they work behind the dumpster. The wise choose to stay in school, get their education up. Legal hustle working hard, lay low and caking up. Pastors pray for us, waiting on the Lord. Faithful that soon the streets no longer at war. West Indian influence, everybody islanders. Y'all gon' love my city, take a second just to ride with us. Well known for sports cause we built like that. But talking hard, best believe you get killed like that. Call you blood cause we famine, you don't need to be from C-Town. I'm just saying one love, we representing B-Town.
It's my city, I'm rapping until I'm gone. People in the streets, they hustle until it's dawn. Keep the spirits up, my family staying strong. Push it to the limit, we're taking it far beyond that. It's my city, where? It's my city, yeah. It's my city, and I rap it till I'm gone, yeah. It's my city, where? It's my city, yeah. It's my city, stand up, if you feel me, yeah.
City full of colleges, that's where the problem is. Cause they can't separate the students from the brawler kids. Peep all the fitteds and the pins, we be rocking all the pride. When we talking, you can tell we from Boston. Sports, we been had it, and we too smart for ratting. So whenever drama happens, nobody knows what happened. Kids with automatics, mamas fighting for peace. Crooked 5-0, just waiting to take a piece. Some nights you might not hear shots around the way. Some days in the park, little kids get to play. Other days, goons itching to make that shit spray. Thinking about they dead dogs, tears rolling down their face. Leave you dead without a trace, like they couldn't catch a case. Put in work in broad day, like they wouldn't catch a case. From a city where the hat proves which hood you with. And having the wrong rest in peace pin can get you hit. It's my city.
It's my city, I'm rapping until I'm gone. People in the streets, they hustle until it's dawn.
Yeah.
Keep the spirits up, my family staying strong. Push it to the limit, we're taking it far beyond that. It's my city,
Three's up.
It's my city,
Right here.
It's my city, and I rap it till I'm gone, yeah. It's my city, where? It's my city, yeah. It's my city, stand up, if you feel me, yeah.
I rap like no other, I'm a different type of brother. Best believe I'm from the beans. So what you say about the gutter? I'm the product of a single mother, fatherless. Home took the streets as my own, started calling it home. Can't help where I'm from, matter pain in my veins running through. Hyde Park kept me low key with the thing. Dorchester heart made it hard to be a lame. I watch my closest homies fall like rain. It made me tough like them kids from Jamaica Plain. Thought I was out there, I play no games. My past caused me pain, and a lot of it is blurry. My first ever Vic, I caught it in Roxbury. When you come through my city, no past and no flossing. Especially if you're whipping around in South Boston. Get acquainted to the sights and the sets. Don't forget to show every neighborhood they respect. It's my city.
It's my city, I'm rapping until I'm gone. People in the streets, they hustle until it's done.
Be good.
Keep your spirits up, my family staying
Triple
strong.
OG.
To the limit, we're taking it far beyond
They
that.
stay.
It's my city,
Where?
It's my city, yeah. It's my city, and I rap it till I'm gone, yeah. It's my city,
Where?
It's my city, yeah. It's my city, stand up, if you feel me, yeah. It's my city, I'm rapping until I'm gone. People in the streets, they hustle until it's dawn. Keep your spirits up, my family staying strong. Push it to the limit, we're taking it far beyond that. It's my city, where? It's my city, here. It's my city, and I rap it till I'm gone, yeah. It's my city, where? It's my city, here. It's my city.
been emailing this man for months and months, and we've been going back and forth and absolutely trying to figure out how we can get him on this show.
Right.
And you're here finally.
I'm here. Thank you for your patience.
Absolutely.
I
I'm
got
glad
here
we
and it's
got
beautiful.
you.
Yeah,
I'm
I love
glad
what
we
you
got
guys
you
have.
on here. So
Thank
let's jump
you.
right into it. So tell us a little bit about who are you? Who is P Goods? Tell me a little about that.
P Goods is the people's artist, you know.
Right.
Like I do the best I can to relate to the people and remember that's what makes people gravitate towards you anyway, is how much you are similar to them, you know. So that's really where that's really the type of artist I am. So I do my best to really speak for the people.
I love it. So tell me, where did you get the name P Goods? Because I'm still confused.
It's a real long story, but to make a real long story short, I just felt like I had a variety of music and a variety of styles. So the P stands for plenty, so it's plenty goods.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Spreading the good word out
Just
here. I love it. So tell me, how did you first get into music?
Oh man, I was 9 years old. Just motivation from like older family members and people who like stopped and gave me the opportunity to really realize how much I was talented at that age. So just getting that kind of attention and feeling like, yo, this feels right, just kept me going in the right direction. And with music, I've been doing it ever since. So about 19 years now.
That's insane. So how does that, I guess, how does that affect your upbringing, and how have you kind of, I guess, evolved over time? That's a long time to be doing
It's a long
music.
time.
Yeah.
I say that everything I do is about the music.
Absolutely.
Even like the most miscellaneous things, it always has to connect back to the music. Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. So I know right before we actually showed a video called What If. I actually do want to talk right into that, if you don't mind. So tell me a little bit about that video. I was telling you right before we went on live, I was watching it, going through all of your content, preparing for the show, and I thought I was watching a movie, personally. I didn't know. I was like, oh, this can't be it. Like, click next. And I was like, wait, let me go back. And as I was scrubbing through, I realized, I was like, oh, he's doing a little rapping on here.
Right.
Doing his thing. So tell me about that song, first and foremost.
Okay, well, about the song, I've actually had the song for, almost 10 years. I've had this song for almost 10 years. And what happened was I kind of put it aside for a while.
Right.
And I think I was in a place in my life where I didn't really know. I was growing. That's how I like to put it. And then with everything going on with police brutality and so much racism, racially driven conflict throughout the world, not just America, I just felt the need to bring it back. And I brought it back, I revised it, and I sat back and I was like, yo, I need to make a video for this. So big shout out to QI Productions. That's the team, yeah. And we just sat down and really thought about what ways we could get the message of What If across. And that ended up being a video that everybody loves, thank goodness.
Yeah. Like I said, it takes you out of, I guess, a traditional music video. You know what I mean? Like, as you start watching, you're like, oh, I'm like watching a trailer for something. Like, that was literally my thought. But tell me a little bit about the production of putting that actual video together. Because, A, it's very excellent quality, first and foremost.
Thank you.
But the whole concept is also really amazing. So tell us a little bit about that.
It was months and months of preparation, of planning, and days upon days of all-day shooting. You know what I mean? And you have a background, obviously, in video production,
absolutely.
so you understand. And it was very, I guess, the thing that kept us going was the message, because there were times where we're there for hours and we kind of just, everyone wanted to go home. When are we gonna be done? You know what I mean? And we got it done, and everybody's extremely satisfied with the outcome. And I say that we were really just trying to, in each scene and in each story we're telling, we were really trying to just pull you into how much this reflects on you as much as it reflects on us.
Awesome. So talk to me a little bit about the different messages that you wanted to get out of this video specifically. I know it has a lot of deep meaning that I'm pretty sure you put into it, and I'm pretty sure people are going to, take their own meaning away from it.
Yeah.
But tell us what you wanted us to get out of it.
I really wanted people to take away the artistic side, which I'm glad you said it like that, because everyone is going to take their own thing from it.
Absolutely.
I asked a lot of questions, some questions that people, things that you do or affect your life every day, and you don't even realize. I asked you questions about what if that was different, and then I asked you the big questions about certain things like, what if those bullets missed Mike Brown, or what if Trayvon Martin decided to walk on another street? You know what I mean? So it kind of gives people a chance to really sit back and think about how much their choices and their decisions can really affect the world.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, it's very, very powerful.
Thank
and we're going to show it again for sure before the end of this.
Dope.
We're actually going to have you perform as well
Dope.
at the end.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I love it. But we were chatting before, and you said MTV had actually picked up this song, which
big
that's
shout out
so
to MTV.
awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I honestly think it's interesting because I got a phone call around summertime of last year, and they told me they had their eyes on me. And it wasn't just MTV, it was Viacom that reached out to me.
Wow. So that's the parent, right?
Right,
so in
right.
case y'all don't understand the way things are broken down, Viacom is the parent company, and Viacom owns a ton of our favorite television stations like MTV. So that's big. That's even bigger.
Which I didn't realize at the time. So when they asked me about the record, I thought I was in trouble because when the video started becoming viral, I was getting a lot of mixed reviews on it. People who loved it and understood what I was trying to do, and people who just felt like, oh, this is like reverse racism or what have you.
Which isn't a
Right,
we'll get
right, yeah.
Another show, whole nother show.
Yeah, let's not get us started on that. But that's what ended up happening. So when they contacted me, I'm like, I called everyone like, yo, Viacom called me. I'm like, yo, they really got an issue with this video. I don't care. I'm an independent artist anyway. I'll keep pushing. But instead, what actually happened was it was a blessing in disguise because they pushed it over to MTV, and I'm still looking to get it on a couple other platforms. Reached out to Revolt, and reached out to BET, and we're going to keep pushing until people hear the message, because it's all about the message, It's not just get into the industry quick kind of thing. This message in this video and the way people have reacted from seeing and hearing the record and the video has definitely affected me in my career. It definitely keeps me on the straight path as far as continuing to be the people's artist. You know what I mean? So I'm just looking forward to continuing to motivate and inspire people to do the best they can in life and to enjoy good music.
Absolutely. I love it. This is
Thank
so
you.
awesome. I know we were chatting as well. We were talking about you also do a radio show. You do more than just, make awesome music videos, of course. Yeah, absolutely. I'm the same way. I do about 10,000 things. I absolutely feel you. But tell us a little bit more about that. What else you're into besides, just your music and your music videos?
Absolutely. Well, the way to put it, I'm an artist. I understand what artists need. I understand what artists go through.
Right.
So since college, I've produced and created shows for indie artists, radio shows, events, and things of that sort. So I was blessed with an opportunity to produce a morning show on B87 FM.
Tune in, guys.
Right, tune in. And the founder of the station was actually the morning show host. So after I took a hiatus from music, I came back and he gave me the opportunity to relaunch the show, and this time for the indie artists. So every Sunday, you can tune in. It's called Homegrown Radio Show.
Tune in, guys.
It's all about the indie artists. It's all about just making sure we have a platform to support artists that are on their way to the top, because I understand the struggle. I understand it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So tell me, I think every artist, and I would say every creative person in general, puts, their heart and soul into their work, whatever their craft is. But I would love to hear a little bit about, whether it's your upbringing or, what experiences really shaped, you to create this music that you're creating.
To be honest with you, a little bit selfishly, I think I think a lot of it had to do with the attention I was getting at that age. Because
Absolutely.
I come from a single parent home, you know. We were bouncing from house to house, family member to family member. And the one thing that caught their attention was when I started doing the music or when I was writing poetry. So I had to keep doing that. Like, it was like, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then it got to a point where I was in elementary school, middle school, where my peers were like, they loved my music. Like, they loved the fact that I could rap. They loved the fact that I could make music. I was creative. Even back when I was more antisocial, you know what I mean? That was kind of like a door opener for me. So, and it continues to open all sorts of doors for me. So I think that's the motivating factor. That in itself, it brings me out of my shell. I'll tell you that because you got to put your heart in it. You know what I mean? Outside of that, I'm pretty much, if you first get to meet me, I'm really reserved, you know? But once the music hits, it's hard to like be reserved anymore, you know what I mean? So I think that's really what it is. It just opens doors.
Absolutely.
Starts conversation.
I love it. So I know a lot with a lot of artists, right? Like we talk about the Beyonces, Lady Gagas, whoever else. They have almost like a on-stage persona, and then they have, you know, who they really are in real life. Now, for you, do you have like this on-stage persona? So who's this on-stage persona? Break it down for us. Break it down for us.
It's weird because it's like, that's P. Goods, you know, like, but at the same time, oh man, it's weird. It's just when I'm performing, I'm uninhibited. You know what I mean? Like, I just, everything that, like, before I get on stage, got all the butterflies. I don't really want to go on stage. It happens every time. I don't even want to go on stage. I'm like, oh, I got a show. But once I'm on stage, it's just, I just lose it all. I just lose myself. And I think that's what it really is. I become consumed in the music and in the performance, and being able to provide people with that energy and getting that energy back. It's just, there's no other feeling like it.
I love it. I love it. It takes you almost into like a whole nother like world.
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm not here anymore. I'm not.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. This is so awesome. So tell me, you know, here on the Somerville Line, we love to, you know, talk about empowerment, but also let's talk about self-care as well, because that's a huge thing, you know what I mean? We're out here doing 10,000 things, and, you know, it's like, when do you get to take time for yourself? But I'm curious, you know, what does P. Goods do for self-care?
Oh, man. I like to work out. Man. You know what? Self-care for me, though, is the music.
Right.
Because, like you said earlier, we do so much other things. I find myself in a few times being so consumed on the back end of things that I don't get a chance to sit back at the music the way I want to, the way it makes me feel good, the way it makes me clear my mind and just get in a zone. So that really for me is like the, I don't know, that's the
your
answer.
Music it's your baby.
It's my escape. It's my escape. It's the answer.
Absolutely.
It's my trap. It's everything for me. So.
I can definitely relate to that. I know people are like, what do you do in your spare time for fun? I'm like,
right, this is my, right.
Yeah, absolutely. So I can definitely relate to that. I think that's a big thing, you know, if your craft is truly your craft, then, you know, it's not work, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And, you know, you only get one life. So
absolutely.
If you're not doing what you're passionate about, you're living wrong.
So
yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
Great. You're so inspirational.
Thank you.
And again, here on the Somerville Line, we love empowerment. We're all about, you know, obviously giving people a platform to showcase what they do, but also giving our audience, you know, a empowering message, right? An inspirational message. So, you know, I ask you the same as I ask all of my guests, you know, what is your message, I would say, like, to the youth out there, or, you know, maybe it's someone coming up who wants to do something that, you know, that you're doing, who wants to kind of follow in your footsteps. What do you say to them?
Man, just focus on what you are passionate about. I wasted so much time on the frivolous things that I thought were important or gonna get me to the next level. And it's like God just throws me right back in there and says, look, you're gonna keep going through the cycle until you get it. And I finally get it. And it's the music. It's just the music, being myself, making the music, and just doing what I'm passionate about. So if I could tell you anything, like, don't compromise that for a job. Don't compromise that for anything, because it's not worth it. You find if you found your passion, go for your passion.
Absolutely.
If you haven't, find your passion, because you're not living until you find your passion.
I love it.
You know,
I love it. I could
It's-
vibe
you
with
could
that.
vibe,
Yeah, I
right?
could vibe with that.
Come on, like, there's no other way to live. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Now I know we have your video queued up. I'm not sure if it's in the control room, if they're all set and ready, because I definitely want the audience to be able to see this video firsthand. So if they're ready, we can actually take a break and show your video What If.
Okay, cool.
And then we can so people can actually see it firsthand now that they understand the background of it, right?
Right.
And what your thought process behind it was,
Mhm.
so that they can actually watch it. So
Let's
I
do it.
think we have it queued up, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right in the control room? OC? Do we have it ready?
It's Freddie Gray. To Scott. What if Trayvon Martin, all this craziness going on in How about if things were different? Martin Luther King.
What if hip-hop never existed? Do you think there'd be as many people screaming out, stop snitching? What if Adam and Eve ain't eat the fruit? You think we'd be able to see the truth? Or what if Albert Einstein didn't think of the nuke? Or Smith & Wesson didn't teach us to shoot? Do you think there'd be as many plays made if there was no boost? Matter of fact, what if white men hung off a noose? Would it still be cool to say nigga? Or maybe we would make 6 figures? Or would we wanna be crackers? And all the whites would be rappers. What if Martin Luther King survived? You think FEMA's response to Katrina would have caused him to drop and die? I wonder what if and see what is. Stand back from the picture and ask yourself why? What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think it changed the route to the road we on?
I don't know.
What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think it changed the route to the road we on? Hold
don't
on.
know.
If Mitt Romney won the election instead of Obama, you think problems would still be blamed on the press? Be honest, you think those cops would be goners if that officer ain't choose to lay hands on Eric Garner? What if my Uncle Az was raised in the burbs? You think I would've stayed home instead of play on the curb? If Christopher Wallace never got murked, how much money would Sean Carter be worth? What if Tupac never got hit with the flame? Would the game still have change filled with these lames? What if Trayvon Martin walked down another street? What if them shots Malcolm sent never hit Zeke? Pipe down, what if them bullets miss Mike Brown? Or them Boston bombers didn't hit my town? The powers that be will raise an eyebrow, say la vie, but living to make you cry out. What if? What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think it changed the route to the road we on?
I don't know.
What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think it changed the route to the road we on? If
I
Malcolm
don't know.
X survived all them shots that hit him, you think he stopped fighting for black equality and start killing? What if the government told the truth instead of abortion? And cigarettes and other evil kingdoms didn't endorse them? If Bill Gates was another abortion, you think artists would make more than this minuscule portion? What if them 9/11 flights they leave from Boston and Bart didn't take Oscar Grant from his daughter? What if French couldn't speak from that shot to the dome? Who you think would be on hooks if Max B was home? What if there was no such place as McDonald's or BK? You think more dudes would look like Arnold? If Mike Jackson never joined the Five, you think he'd still be misunderstood or hurting his side? What if Big L got clapped but he survived? Or 50 Cent got shot 9 times and then he died? What if blacks didn't get locked on the rag? Matter of fact, what if Jordan was born with no legs? What if Satan and God ain't have beef? You think maybe this earth would be at peace? At least try to see what it could have been. It hurts sometimes seeing what it should have been. But we write our own stories, time is money. And it's costing me cause every second alters the future. Live cautiously. What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think it changed the route to the road we on?
I don't know.
What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched
that music video from Pete Goods. Of course, now we do have a lovely performance by the man Pete Goods himself, and he'll actually be performing What If a cappella in a spoken word form, right? So take it away, Pete Goods.
What if hip-hop never existed? Do you think there'd be as many people screaming out, stop snitching? What if Adam and Eve ain't eat the fruit? You think we'd be able to see the truth? Or what if Albert Einstein didn't think of the nuke and Smith & Wesson didn't teach us to shoot? Do you think there'd be as many plays made if there was no boost? Matter of fact, what if white men hung off a noose? Would it still be cool to say or maybe we would make six figures? Or would we want to be crackers? And all the whites would be rappers. What if Martin Luther King survived? You think FEMA's response to Katrina would cause him to drop and die? I wonder what if and see what is. Stand back from the picture and ask yourself why. What if life wasn't all that you thought? What if everything you knew was gone? What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think you'd change your route to the road we on? What if life wasn't all that you thought? What if everything you knew was gone? What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think you'd change your route to the road we on? Hold on, if Mitt Romney won the election instead of Obama, you think problems would still be blamed on the press? Be honest, you think those cops would be gone as if that officer ain't choose to lay hands on Eric Garner? What if my Uncle Az was raised in the burbs? You think I would've stayed home instead of play on the curb? If Christopher Wallace never got murked, how much money would Sean Carter be worth? What if Tupac never got hit with the flame? Would the game still have change filled with these lames? What if Trayvon Martin walked down another street? What if them shots Malcolm sent never hit Zeke? Pipe down, what if them bullets missed Mike Brown or the Boston Bombers didn't hit my town? The powers that be will raise an eyebrow. Say la vie, but living to make you cry out, what if? What if life wasn't all that you thought? What if everything you knew was gone? What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think you'd change your route to the road we on? What if life wasn't all that you thought? What if everything you knew was gone? What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think you'd change your route to the road we on? If Malcolm X survived all them shots that hit him, you think he'd stop fighting for black equality and start killing? What if the government told the truth instead of abortion? Cigarettes and other evil kingdoms, they ain't endorse them. If Bill Gates was another abortion, you think artists will get more than this minuscule portion? What if them 9/11 flights ain't leave from Boston and Bart didn't take Oscar Grant from his daughter? What if French couldn't speak from that shot to the dome? Who you think would be on hooks if Max B was home? What if there was no such place as McDonald's or BK? You think more dudes would look like Arnold? If Mike Jackson never joined the Five, you think he'd still be misunderstood or hurting inside? What if Big L got clapped but he survived? Or 50 Cent got shot 9 times and then he died? What if blacks didn't get locked on the rag? Matter of fact, what if Jordan was born with no legs? What if Satan and God ain't had beef? You think maybe this earth would be at peace? At least try to see what it could have been. It hurts sometimes seeing what it should have been. But we write our own stories, time is money, and it's costing me because every second alters the future. Live cautiously. What if life wasn't all that you thought? What if everything you knew was gone? What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think you'd change your route to the road we on? What if life wasn't all that you thought? What if everything you knew was gone? What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think you'd change your route to the road we on? Cause I don't know.
Yes. I love it. That is beautiful. I don't know if my mic is up. That was awesome. First and foremost, thank you so much for that. You know, doing it without the music, I think it has a whole different feel without the music and also without the visuals, right?
Thank you.
Absolutely. And you said you do perform and, you know, it's a whole nother person. It's intense.
Another person, right.
Absolutely. And I saw that firsthand.
Yeah, and here I go opening up, right?
Yes, I love it. I want to thank you so much for coming on the Somerville Line.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely appreciate it.
Thank you for your patience, because I know I don't deserve this right now.
You know what? It was meant to be, right?
Yeah, it was.
What if?
Right.
What if?
What if I didn't answer that email?
What if you didn't answer that email? What if I didn't hit you up on Instagram?
Right. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, you know, we definitely want to have you back on again. You know what I mean? As soon as you're doing more work, we definitely want to highlight it. We'll be showing your work as well. We definitely want to invite you to the Evolution of Hip Hop Festival, which is our third annual. This year's the third one.
Is this an opportunity to perform? Because I'm there.
It's an opportunity. If you answer the emails.
Shots fired.
If you answer the emails, you can definitely be there.
All right, cool.
So yeah, check that out. We'll have more information coming up about the evolution of hip hop. So we'll definitely catch you there as well.
Thank you very much.
And we'll be right back. Actually, on the other side of this break, we're gonna have Miss Genevieve, who's a brand new member of our crew, and Mr. Gio Da Vinci, who you guys saw last week. But we'll be right back, and we'll have those two.
See, we all on this planet with a gift and a purpose. You never acquire true success until you learn those elements and follow through with the reason for being here. My destiny won't let me lose. I was born to my destiny won't let me choose. This is why I breathe. P goods, yeah, I'm product on the scale. It's Mr. Smooth Flow, bars like a jail shit. I'm the ace card, when can I ever fail, kid? Track spin like Sonic, but I'm on like Tails tip. I keep it flying, I guess, cause I'm higher up. Give them reason to hire us, but we play by our rules, and that's reason to fire us. I'm from the beam where haters stressing the pettiest. Difference between who lives or dies is who's the readiest. I'm a beast you've been sleeping on, not the one you'll be creeping on. Battle to the top, in the hills looking steep and long. I got smoke like Cheech and Chong, still a focus on beats and songs. Watch me shake it up and make noise as if I'm beating gong. Get it cooking, these other chefs just be eating wrong. Dry sense of humor, the type of fella you leave alone. I hang like Euro, great like Britain, so I don't need to roam. I'm a pro with the tools. It's logic, I get my reason on. My destiny won't let me lose. I was born to my destiny won't let me choose.
It's funny how that happened.
This is why I
stand on 2 feet, baby.
check me out.
Project, free lunch, and P. Ryan and Modella. Mama know I sold dope, I ain't have to tell her. In the belly of the beast, fighting police for peace. Quick to hate me, cause I'm from these streets. No matter how major the pain, I won't crack. I'm nothing like my Uncle Tracy, he love crack. Tragic love story, huh, bro? Well, dig this. I won't stop living my dreams, I can't quit. I gotta pay my Tyrio back for how he raised me. Bro made me face the facts, boy, like crazy. One thing about Stu Lee, he go hustle. You do good business with me, I get muscle. Living in a world full of haters and demons, and it's funny how our country got us pledging allegiance. I grind to get my family cups that run it over. I pray I do the whole South good, we still coming.
My destiny won't let me lose. I was born to my destiny won't let me choose. This is why I breathe. That mission ain't worth them spitting, no riches yet, but I live it. These pictures scripted are vivid. You getting game cause I give it. Now I think more exquisite. Who is it that brings a blizzard much colder than fridges? Cause life's shorter than any midget. Can he get it is what they be asking without a ration. As if you can't see the passion behind all of the classics. Hating is not my fashion. Scatter my foes like fractions. Fakes have statements retracted. It's sickening like AIDS contracted. Shuffle through dirt like tractors. Grind through the hurt cause matter of fact is that it's a factor of being the greatest rapper. Scientist, singer, artist, or doctor. No matter what your life is about. Keep that eyes on the prize. Can't nothing stop you. On your hustle, gotta struggle. Be humble and pop up. Out the book like a pop-up. And on display now it's locked up. Like a prisoner, life's a prison with vision. I fly with wind beneath my wings. Cause I'm a winner in my destiny won't let me lose. I was born to I know that it's summer, but that's another word out in Boston. One day it's too cold, the next it gets as humid as Austin. If you from the hood, your mama's cup is under the faucet, broke to the weekend. By then you gotta make a deposit, but back to the winter as cold and icy as the North Pole. MBTA cards beeping like we read Morse code. North faces and scars, not to mention the gloves. Whoever made Boston clearly forgot to mention the love. Cause December is the warmest that it gets in my town. 3 for the stripes, 2 guns, and no one setting them down. A loyal ass people, be cautious who you letting around. What niggas kill for, it's clear, dog, they setting they clout. So used to the anger, even in spring, expect them to pout. The checks ain't no joke, it's smoke, best expect them to shout. And if you got dreams of leaving the scene, expect them to doubt. It's just how it is. Welcome to the way that it's lived in the winter.
That.
Welcome back, guys, to the Somerville Line. I'm your host, Crystal Chandler. Now, we had a lovely, lovely time with Mr. Pete Goods. I believe he had to run. I think his cousin just had a baby. No, but congratulations to your cousin having a baby, by the way. But we have here with me Mr. Gio Da Vinci, which you guys have seen him on the show before. He was here. Was it last week you were on?
I'm pretty sure it was last week. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it was last week.
Here with you guys.
Yeah, and he's a part, you know, he's going to be here every week. He's a part of, you know, the crew. We have chairs, we have light fixtures, we have Gio. So this is great. And then I also have Miss Genevieve. Welcome. Miss Genevieve actually just joined Somerville Media Center. And she is going to be another, you know, addition to our crew as well. So welcome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I think I want to start with you, Genevieve, and kind of talk about, you know, what brought you here. You know, what made you want to join Somerville Media Center?
Sure. So I'm a lifestyle blogger, a Boston lifestyle blogger. So it started off with just going to events and talking about events, and then I started posting about events, and now I do a bi-weekly post called Boston Come Through, where I just list events that are happening, like the Black and Brown community, things that I think people will be interested in. Just because, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on out here in Boston, but there's a lot of activities, but we don't have like a cohesive, like same type of community out here like you would in like a Philly or New York, and I think a lot of people don't hear about things that are going on. So I kind of wanted to shed light on different events and different people and entrepreneurs. Yeah, so that's what I do. And the name of my blog is it's LagosDaysParisNight.com.
So say one more time. I'm sorry.
LagosDaysParisNight.com.
So make sure you guys check that out for sure.
Please.
Now tell me, how did you first get into blogging?
Right.
Well, that's what we want to know. You know, I mean, like Gio and I want to know, like, where did this come from?
Well, I went to the Ebony Gala. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. Yeah,
we up there, right?
Gala.
Yeah, we gotta go to the next one.
Yeah, 3,000 people come out every year, or at least 2 years ago, and so forth and so on.
Wow.
And there was like no media coverage. It was like all these beautiful Black and brown people here. There was no fights. Everybody looked good, and we were partying, having a good time.
It's funny you mentioned that though, because the only reason I know about it is from Snapchat.
Right.
Because people were there in Snapchat. I'm like, what is this, and why wasn't I invited?
Right. It's like word of mouth. So if you never heard of it, it's like if you did, it's
So
somebody
okay,
told you.
so you guys know a little bit more than me. Like, what do they do there?
It's through the National Society of Black Engineers. So every year they do this huge gala. It actually benefits kids in the community. They give out awards, and then they throw this like huge party at the end down at the Seaport District.
A lot of barbecue.
Yeah, it's a lot of like, black and brown people in really fancy clothes turned
Right.
up.
A lot of ribs. A lot of barbecue ribs.
Right. I don't think you want to eat.
Okay, all right, no, all right.
It's not the summer
Sorry.
cookout, Gio.
Oh, my fault, my fault.
But I went and I was like impressed by the event, but there was no mention of it on social media or any.
Oh, there's no coverage.
None at all.
I was saying the only reason I knew about it was because of Snapchat. Because one of my
Right.
friends went and she was turning up, and I'm like, where are you turning up? In
Right.
a, $1,000 gown or whatever you're wearing. Like,
Yeah, right.
So I decided I'm gonna write about events that's going on, and then it just kind of blossomed into this, and it's still blossoming. I'm still figuring it out.
What are one of the biggest hurdles that you've seen, like, pursuing what you're doing?
I guess getting support. Like sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes you do it and you're like, you don't have expectations, like, but at the same time you somewhat have.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I need it. I was like, I need a new tribe. I need new people.
yeah, this Somerville Line, that's your new tribe,
I
right?
receive
it. Right.
We bring people on, we throw them in front cameras, we make you beautiful, and we help
Right.
you, get to
I
whatever
just-
you want to
I
accomplish.
just got lost and I woke up here. So.
Literally, Gio came, he performed, he did an amazing job.
And
then
now Gio's
yeah, we're stuck with him, and we like it.
That's what's up. But but I'm meeting new people. The networking, kind of wearing all these hats by yourself. Sometimes you're actually going to the events. You're doing the networking. You're doing the social media stuff, writing the blogs. It's a lot of work just
Many
to write
different
a blog.
hats to wear.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. So kudos to anybody who blogs or does anything creative, entrepreneurial.
All right, what I want to get into real quick is we all have different skill sets on this stage.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the times, what tends to happen, especially in like media, and if you're like, either self-educated or not, or you just don't know, you're young, you're inexperienced, you haven't been in the field, we tend to want to take everything upon ourselves to do. You know what I mean? And not realizing that there's somebody ready to do that.
That is true. That is true. Nobody's an island.
Nobody, and it takes a village, right? But at the same time, you have to do what makes you feel like it's breathing oxygen when you're doing it.
That's what we were saying with Pete Goods in the previous interview. It's like, what do you do for fun? I was saying I do this show. Like, I really, really love it. You know what I mean? And if you're doing your craft and you're doing what makes you happy, like, it'll never be work, right?
Absolutely. They say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
That's true.
Right. I'm trying to retire at 30.
Right. Well, I'm a little past that, but sometime soon will be good.
We'll make it work.
Right.
Absolutely. Now, Mr. Gio, we're not going to forget about you. Now, we were talking about how you manage events.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that until about 5 minutes before we
Really?
went live. So tell us about that. Yeah, you got all these secrets in your pocket.
They're not the only one with many hats.
I see.
But
Tell us.
I also I put together events. My next one's on Sunday.
Okay.
It's
What's
gonna
that event?
So it's gonna be called Return of the Lyricist. Exceptional Minds presents Return of the Lyricist.
Check that out.
It's gonna be we were just saying this, the old Blockbuster in Central Square, but it's the Out of the Blue Art Gallery. It's over there, 541 Mass Ave for those who know and for those who don't. We live in the age of Google, so
You do your Googles,
Right.
guys.
do your Googles. Use your Googles. It's your friend.
Absolutely. So what is the event? Exactly?
So we put together concerts for local artists,
Right.
and hopefully I got a blogging partner over there.
Hey.
You
Miss
know,
Genevieve, you have a whole event to write about now.
I do.
You do.
a lot of the times, there's a lot of artists in this weird space where they're good, but they just don't have enough resources.
Right.
And then so you have, these publications or these companies. I'm not gonna name them.
Yeah, I'm not
Not
going to throw no
today.
tea, no shade.
Not
No worries.
In the future, there will be a time we'll have that conversation. Not today. But you go in there, you pay X amount of dollars, and nobody's there to see you.
That's true.
They're
That's a
not
lot.
making your flyers. You might get a promo video if you pay for
Right.
it. And it's like you spend X amount, and if you do enough and you're good at networking, whatever, that's cool. What I do is I put together something, and it's at It's getting bigger and bigger. But I'm putting together something at ground floor where you can come in, you can it's like a simple model, just pay $10 at the door to keep the industry flowing, so we can keep doing it. Everybody, you're not paying like $100, you know what I mean?
Right,
and then people are coming out, and it's monthly. We do it at the Out of the Blue Art Gallery, and soon we're gonna go to different places like there's the Oaks Lodge, and pretty soon we're gonna go to the Middle East. So that's one of our things, and we also are going on tour, but that's a conversation.
Okay, tour, yes.
Conversation of a different.
Okay, well we're gonna
let's leave that out for now.
We're gonna return to that on a later show.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So, people, come to Central Square. We want to see you there. If you rap, if you like comedy, reggae, if you like your community.
Absolutely. We're going to get P. Goods out there, right?
Where's Bond? He's coming out there. P. Goods, might have to FaceTime him if you can't make it. Absolutely.
I love it. Now, I know, Genevieve, you also wanted to start a podcast, and Gio, I believe the same for you, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
You guys just want to do a lot.
Yeah.
But
creative.
tell me about that. I guess, I don't know if you guys have the same vision for your podcast, but tell me about your visions for what you want to do for your individual or maybe joint podcast.
Word.
Yeah.
So, we was talking about it briefly. Okay. As the people don't know what they're into, me and Jen, we were talking about our different concepts and building them together. But I already have a concept for a podcast. It's called the On Dogs Podcast. It's just me talking about what I like and what's going on in the world today. And
that's how you know he's from out here.
Right.
On Dogs.
On Dogs.
The On Dogs Podcast, and we're gonna have shirts for that. But basically that's just me, just having conversations and really just going through each subject as I see them, what's going on in society today, or who do I like. It's gonna be very, very free form, in my opinion. And
oh,
yes,
thank you.
Yeah, so that's podcast number 1.
Well, Gio's a lot more advanced than where I'm at. I'm still thinking about my concept, but I know that it's going to be around events, entrepreneurs, and just people who are out here doing something in the community, because that's what interests me. So, and I also think I might do like an advice column.
I like that.
Portion. I have this hashtag I use a lot when I'm like,
what's the hashtag? Tell us.
But you don't hear me though.
But you don't hear me though. Yes.
People don't be. Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. I thought it was hot myself.
We're gonna have to get Genevieve a mic. Let you spit 16 real quick.
I can't do that, but I can write something.
Yes.
But yeah, so I want to talk about. I like encouraging people as well. It's not just about like talking about people, but I like encouraging people. I like maybe going into life coaching. You never know. Like I just like seeing people. Come into their own and do whatever, speak your truth, be your truth.
Absolutely.
And just, be free, because there's a lot, stuff be trying to tie you down, whether it's work,
people.
Right. Man, I don't have time for that. So, that's where I'm at in life. So, yeah.
You guys are doing so much awesome work, and I really love it. And great, and I love that you're matching your eyeshadow.
It was on accident, but it was like it worked, So
yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, you said you had a website. What's that?
It's LagosDaysParisNights.com.
So that's where you do like reviews or blog posts.
I try to. I mainly a lot more of it ends up on my Instagram, just because sometimes I just don't have time.
Plug the Instagram.
The Instagram's the same thing at @LagosDays_Paris Nights, like Lagos, Nigeria, Paris, France. So
awesome.
Don't do that follow and unfollow stuff, because I be checking.
She got all the
Where?
apps.
How can you check if somebody's following you though? We gotta.
There's apps. We got
actually
apps.
don't even have the apps. Like I will remember, because I'll be like,
She checks. Genevieve checks.
I do check.
Her individual followers.
I really do check. I'm getting that, But
detectives.
We are though.
Hey.
Give up.
Join the team.
I'm like, I'm gonna
Learn all
find
the
out
secrets.
what's that over there. Just like,
we'll bring you up to speed. I got you.
But on the blog, I've been only doing the Boston come through, so I think that's gonna turn into its own entity.
Right.
So I have plans for that, and hopefully I'll get to debut it here.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's where I'm at right now.
Word. Do you have a favorite genre of music or something that you grew up with?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have a favorite genre of music or something that you like? Grew up with, like, favorite or something that you like just enjoy when you're vibing in your zone?
Yeah. Did we stump you?
No, you didn't. I think when when I'm really feeling some type, I gotta go into my like throwback '90s R&B.
Yeah.
Like you gotta, sing your heart out.
Right,
So
right.
yeah. What about you guys?
Me, I mean, I like hip hop. I like rap.
We
But,
know.
True.
nah, I like a little bit. Bill DeVoe. That.
Okay.
You have to. After the movie, you definitely have
Of
to.
course.
Yeah. They definitely. I heard it was a good movie. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I'll be
either.
honest.
I thought it was
Whoa.
great.
Whoa.
I know.
First of all,
We're a little behind.
no,
Gio
y'all
and I
are way
behind. We're trying to
behind.
get up to speed.
That movie was so good. It was better than the Temptations movie.
Okay, so tell us about it. Then.
Really?
Give us
That
a
was a
little.
good movie though. The
No, it was
Right,
really
the Temptation
good.
was really good.
I think
Was
probably.
it better than Five Heartbeats? Come on, that was a classic.
I think they're up there.
Top it.
I think anybody
It's up
trying to do
there.
a biopic after
you like
this
that one?
one.
I did personally.
No, I think anyone trying to do a biopic, like they set the bar
Right.
really
Okay,
high.
well, Gio, do you care about spoilers? Because I personally don't.
I don't.
Okay, great, Genevieve. Break it
I
down.
mean, I won't give out spoilers because y'all still need to see it. But I think one of the best parts of the show was how, like, the little kids who played each member, like, really, like, I was watching Lil Bobby and I really felt like that was Bobby Brown's real son. Like, in his mannerism, like, it was crazy because it was just that deep. And then there were just things that they went through, like, you don't really think about, like, coming into manhood and being that young and like all the stuff, like how they didn't make any money the first time around.
I mean, you grew up in the public eye,
Well, couldn't be me, but I think a lot more respect. And then just watching interviews after the fact, how clearly, relationships, there's a lot of struggles and there's conflict, but how it was just crazy how even being years down the line, they're doing this movie, how they were learning things about each other that they went through that they didn't know until they actually were writing the movie together.
So it felt real.
It was so real.
And hold on, I just wanted to address something. I don't think there could be spoilers in a biopic though. I mean,
that's true. Yeah. I mean, but it's also it's a creative. You know,
You're
it's
right.
a creative piece. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And there's some things you didn't know about them that
boom,
you
spoilers. Thank you.
it could be if I didn't know. But how do you know if I don't study Bill DeVoe in my
That's
spare
true.
time?
That's true though. But I think it just brought another level of respect to like the craft and that time period and just like, I think sometimes, especially with artists and music and just being a creative person, like I think you see like the final product, but you never see like the sweat, blood, and tears behind
the
it.
journey behind
Right. And so I think just bringing it back and you're going like 30 years,
Success is like an iceberg.
Right.
Like 90% of the work is under the surface.
Right.
Okay, so when we're all famous and like retiring at like 30, 35, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Who's gonna play you guys in your biopic? So.
I don't know.
I don't know. Who's gonna play me in my biopic?
know.
That's a good question.
I know, right?
Steph Curry's gonna play me in my biopic.
Oh well, there's that.
Does he act though?
Listen, we're gonna get
We're
him an
gonna
acting
work
class.
with him. We're gonna get him an acting coach.
We're gonna get him an acting coach. He's gonna be, he's gonna live in my house for a month. It's gonna be a whole spiel. I'll write it down somewhere. Yeah?
We'll work it out.
We'll blog about it.
We can blog about it.
Yes.
No, we can definitely.
What about
blog
you,
about it.
Genevieve?
Man, I don't know. I never thought about that question, but maybe I should think bigger. Yeah, I
We'll
don't.
come back.
Come
to
back,
it then,
please.
For sure. I know for me because I love Orange is the New Black. You know Tasty?
Oh, you know what? That's actually a really good one. Yeah.
Tasty has to play me. She's really awesome.
She's dope.
I stopped watching Orange is the New Black after
well,
the
you
second
can exit,
season.
right?
No, it's okay. No, I'm one of the first. Like I seen it when it first came out.
Okay.
I just lost track of it because there's so much to watch.
Well, you have a lot
It
to
does
catch
take
up
a
on.
whole year though.
It does.
For them to put out, because you watch it on Netflix, you binge watch it.
Honestly,
Yeah.
after the season finale where she was beating homegirl's face in, and you
I
didn't know
know.
that was the best thing. I was like, whoa!
But
And
it
they couldn't top that to
continues.
me though.
You have to keep going.
All right.
You gotta follow
Do they
the
top that
story.
moment?
It gets pretty good. It gets pretty darn good.
That was
It
a
does.
great moment though,
It
right?
does.
No, it does
I
get
can
pretty good.
say with that show specifically, it got really, really good, and then
Yeah.
it got a little
slow.
it died down. But
It
then
got slow.
last season was just amazing,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to see.
I feel like
the
season
show.
3 was so slow.
Yeah, it
But the
was.
character development got better.
It did.
Like
absolutely.
with some of the other characters you like.
Word. I got a crush on the Dominican chick. They got pregnant. She's really pretty.
Which one?
Dianara.
Yeah.
You're mad she's pregnant? Oh, on the show. My bad.
No.
Slow sometimes.
Yeah, I'm
y'all.
mad she's pregnant. Let's go with that.
Okay.
So how did y'all feel about that whole scenario with the guard?
I wasn't
Oh, with the
feeling it.
guard?
I don't know.
How did we get here? It was. I mean, I felt like it was good. You know what I mean? I felt like you know what I did like the way that they resolved it when they got the dude out of there, the rude guard.
Oh, God, I could not stand him. Like, I was personally offended by like I understand it's a TV show, but like I was really invested in.
But I mean, I've seen things where like they actually interviewed women who were inmates and found and stuff like that. They said it was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually based on a true story.
Yeah, have you guys read the book?
I have not read the book.
It's a memoir, right?
Yeah,
by the original Piper.
She's actually from Massachusetts.
I hope she's not like the character on the show.
Well, it's interesting because obviously they're gonna take who she is and kind of spin it into a bigger character, but they did pretty well of like sticking to the book. You know what I mean? Like obviously they have to like veer off a little bit, but they did pretty well at sticking.
I don't
to
like
the
her
book.
on the show.
Oh no.
You don't?
No.
Why?
I just think
You don't
she's
like
very.
Piper?
No, I think she's very manipulative
She
and
is.
she's whiny and like I'm not really with
I could give
that.
you that. I could give you
I'm
that.
not with that.
Well, I feel like I mean, she's definitely that type of person, right?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
guess.
survive in prison.
Exactly.
Right?
Like, is it?
I get that.
is it essentially
I know I
like?
wouldn't be messing with you. I know we couldn't be friends. That's
No.
all I know.
I mean, like I said, I stopped around the middle of season 3 because it just got too slow for me.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, she did do some questionable things. Well, but it's like, what would you do in that situation?
That's true.
You have to
can't
survive,
judge.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it does show a very like a different side of the prison system because I find that we always see a lot of like what goes on with men inside the prison system. So it's very interesting that we have women.
Why they have to do my homie Poussey like that though?
Oh, I don't want. Listen,
Sorry.
I cried. I personally cried. I don't
didn't
know if
watch
you're up
that
there.
part,
You haven't
yeah.
been there. Do you
No.
care about the spoilers again?
No, I'm probably not gonna watch it for a little while.
Okay, they kill her off.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It's
like
really
a.
bad. It's really bad.
Yeah.
It touches upon like police brutality. I think is what they were trying to
Right.
get at, honestly.
Did you guys see the Dave Chappelle special?
Oh gosh.
That was special.
I have not. You have you?
Oh my God. Let me tell you.
Okay.
It was,
I haven't seen
I
it
did,
either.
and it was a treat. It's like he didn't miss a step. He was good. One of my favorite of all time. Do you like Dave Chappelle? Did you like his show when it came out?
I never really followed him like that. To be quite honest, I'm just being truthful. I never really followed him like that. But I will watch it. I will watch.
You know
it.
I did.
What?
No,
I
my
guess I'm
favorite
the
segment.
All right, cool. Let's say this. You like Kevin Hart?
I do.
Do you like Cat Williams?
Yeah, I like him. I like little Tink Tink. Yeah, I like him.
Do you like Chris Rock?
Yeah. more or
Okay, so
less.
if you ever see any interviews with them, they all agree that Dave Chappelle is the funniest guy ever.
Yeah.
Like he's like the funniest
But he's also been off the radar for how long?
for a long time.
A really long time.
But his show's still a classic.
Classic.
Oh,
Every
absolutely.
single.
I still
Yeah, I'll
crack
give
it.
you
My
that. I'll absolutely
favorite
give you that.
segment was the black white supremacist.
Oh yeah.
That always had me dying.
Damn. forget his
Clayton
name.
Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby. I was gonna say that. Clayton Bigsby. Yeah. And then when he revealed himself, a guy's head exploded in the crowd. It was crazy.
Do you
But
know
no,
what that segment was?
Sure don't.
So it was basically he's like the top. It's like he's in the KKK. He's
So
like
yeah. So basically, this blind kid gets adopted by a white family.
Yeah.
That's racist in the South.
Right.
But I guess for some reason they like feel sorry for him, and they bring him in, but they don't. He doesn't know he's black, and so he becomes like a leader in the KKK, like one of those like grand wizards or something like that.
Missy
But
Beth,
you
my
don't see his
executive
face.
Director is like cracking up over there behind the camera.
But you don't see his face though,
Right.
and because he has the gloves on.
The gloves and the little.
And then they're like, and then there's this one scene where everybody's there, they're at the rally, and everybody's pumped up, and the racism's flowing through the air, and they're like, show your face,
Right.
and then so he's like, you want to see my face, and he reveals himself, and he's black, and then like, yeah, it makes for good television,
Absolutely.
Yeah, it actually. Yeah.
especially when that guy's head exploded. He's very comical.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it.
But I know Dave Chappelle's kind of like another level of comedy.
Yeah. I feel like you either like love him or you hate him. Like I don't think there's
No,
any
I'm kind of in between because I don't
Are
really
you?
care for all of his stand-up stuff, but for the scripted stuff, I really like.
Yeah, scripted stuff and the stand-up to me are just right up my alley.
I love it. I think Missy Beth. Are we doing Facebook Live, Missy Beth? No. All right. We're doing YouTube Live, so we're live streaming on YouTube right now, guys.
Whoop, whoop. What up,
as well.
YouTube?
Yeah, absolutely.
What up?
So make sure you check us out on YouTube as well. We're just taking this show, and just it's
We should get an email so they could email us questions.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys can always email us if you have questions. I have a feeling that Gio and Genevieve are going to have their own segment, and Crystal's going to be back in the control room. I feel it. I like the vibes, though. I don't know. Is that something y'all be open to, doing a little segment?
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, of course. You know, I'm always open to get in front of the camera.
Gio just wants to sit here.
We know.
He's always here.
I like it, though. You know, as long as the camera's on and I get to talk and I get to say my opinions and we get to have a good time together on the stage, then I feel like then we're doing something. Somebody somewhere is watching this and having a good time. And I feel like we're all intelligent people that can drop jewels. Dropping gems. We hashtag woke.
Hey.
You know, we gotta let the people know out there. You know.
Absolutely.
So Jen wanted to bring up something. What was it? It was the guy who. Did you see this? It was on social media where he walked in front of the kids fighting. And he stopped the fight. He was like,
"No, what was that?"
You want to explain it? Go ahead.
I think they were in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and it started off with, you know how kids nowadays, they film everything. Yeah. They're filming, dude's filming his two friends fighting.
Yeah.
This other dude gets out the car, and he basically walks up on them, and he breaks up the fight. And
there's another guy, and they're like young kids.
Yeah. It was actually kind of profound because you have so many fight videos on social media, everywhere. Mm-hmm. But here's this other young man speaking to these other young men about.
He was a little older though, right?
He was a little older. Yeah, he's actually 26. But it was like the way he reasoned with them and came down to their level, and actually by the end of the video got them to shake hands. You could really tell some of them were really absorbing what he was saying. And then there was another video after the fact where he actually got honored by his city.
Oh, wow.
And he's actually crying because he's honoring his mom, and but it seems like he's like a really stand-up guy, married, 3 kids, only 26, doing the right thing. And I just think, I don't know, it touched me because it's like.
I really love, honestly, the power of social media and all that we're able to do and all that we're able to share. The bridges that we can, build. Using the internet, which is so awesome. But I do want to take a break really quick,
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a really awesome conversation. I don't want it to stop, but we're going to take a quick break. And right after, we'll be back with more Gio and Genevieve. I like the way that sounds.
I know. Yeah, let's get it.
It's for the gray. To Scott.
What if hip-hop never existed? Do you think there'd be as many people screaming out, stop snitching? What if Adam and Eve ain't eat the fruit? You think we'd be able to see the truth? Or what if Albert Einstein didn't think of the nuke? Or Smith & Wesson didn't teach us to shoot? Do you think there'd be as many plays made if there was no boost? Matter of fact, what if white men hung off a noose? Would it still be cool to say nigga? Or maybe we would make 6 figures? Or would we wanna be crackers? And all the whites would be rappers. What if Martin Luther King survived? You think FEMA's response to Katrina would've caused him to drop and die? I wonder what if and see what is. Stand back from the picture and ask yourself why. What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think it changed the route to the road we on?
I don't know.
What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think it changed the route to the road we on? Hold on. If Mitt Romney won the election instead of Obama, you think crowds would still be blamed on the press? Be honest, you think those cops would be gone as if that officer ain't choose to lay hands on Eric Garner? What if my Uncle Az was raised in the burbs? You think I would've stayed home instead of play on the curb? If Christopher Wallace never got murked, how much money would Sean Carter be worth? What if Tupac never got hit with the flame? Would the game still have change filled with these lanes? What if Trayvon Martin walked down another street? What if them shots Malcolm sent never hit Zeke? Pipe down, what if them bullets miss Mike Brown? Or them Boston bombers didn't hit my town? The powers that be will raise an eyebrow, say la vie, but living to make you cry out. What if? What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
What if everything you knew was gone?
What if?
What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think it changed the route to the road we on?
I don't know.
What if life wasn't all that you thought?
What if?
fighting for black equality and start killing? What if the government told the truth instead of abortion? The cigarettes and other evil kingdoms didn't endorse them. If Bill Gates was another abortion, you think artists would make more than this minuscule portion? What if them 9/11 flights they leave from Boston and Bart didn't take Oscar Grant from his daughter? What if French couldn't speak from that shot to the dome? Who you think would be on hooks if Max B was home? What if there was no such place as McDonald's or BK? You think more dudes would look like Arnold? If Mike Jackson never joined the five, you think he'd still be misunderstood or hurting inside? What if Big L got clapped but he survived? Or 50 Cent got shot 9 times and then he died? What if blacks didn't get locked on the rag? Matter of fact, what if Jordan was born with no legs? What if Satan and God ain't have beef? You think maybe this earth would be at peace? At least try to see what it could have been. It hurts sometimes seeing what it should have been. But we write our own stories, time is money. And it's costing me cause every second alters the future. Live cautiously. What if life wasn't all that you thought? What if? What if everything you knew was gone? What if? What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think it changed your route to the road we on? I don't know. What if life wasn't all that you thought? What if? What if everything you knew was gone? What if? What if we switched the rights and wrongs? You think it changed your route to the road we on? I don't know.
Are we on?
We're back to Somerville Line. We're just going to talk about some events that are upcoming in the city in the next week or so.
Yeah.
First off, tomorrow there's 2 events we want to talk about.
Tell the people.
The first one's the Minority Gift and Purpose. It's free.
You never acquire true success.
I'm out.
You learn those elements
Lights on.
and follow through with the reason for being there.
Bienvenido. Word. Welcome back, people. Welcome back.
Hey, it's the Somerville Line.
You know what it is.
Right now, we want to talk about some events coming up in the city in the next week.
That's right.
Tomorrow, Saturday, March 25th, we have the Minority Business Expo.
Word.
It's at the Reggie Lewis Track and Athletic Center.
Word.
Free. It's for anyone with a business or business
Right.
idea, anybody entrepreneurial minded, vendors, workshops.
Right.
Awesome networking opportunities.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow as well, we have the Do It Your Damn Self Film Festival, the longest running film festival actually in the country.
So if you like movies, definitely check that out.
Right. You want to support the youth, you want to do that too.
Absolutely.
That's tomorrow in Cambridge, the MIT Media Lab.
Word.
And then on Sunday.
On Sunday, we got Return of the Lyricist in Central Square. If you enjoy music or you enjoy local artists or you enjoy expression, art in any form, come down to 541 Mass Ave and have yourself a great time.
There's also a women's tea taking place at the First Church in Roxbury from 4 opportunities for black women, women of color to come together and talk about things that affect us and what we can protect. And then finally, next Thursday, March 30th, it's the Grudge rematch, the House Slam versus the Boston Poetry Slam. So spoken word artists in the city, and they're going head to head. It's an all-ages event. $12 in advance. And then don't forget to watch us again next Thursday.
Come out on Sunday, Central Square, 541 Mass Ave.
Absolutely. Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much, Mr. Gio, Miss Genevieve. Thank you. Much appreciated. Let's see. Let's welcome back, guys. OC, want to do me a favor and let's adjust the cameras really quick before we continue. Go ahead, go for it.
Thank you, Vaughn, for all the hard work you're doing in the
Absolutely.
studio control room.
Thank you so much, Vaughn.
What up?
We're back. Miss Yvette and I are back as promised. We did say we were going to come back and tell you about all the great advancements that are happening here at the Somerville Line. So, I don't know, Miss Yvette, take it away.
Where do we start? We want you guys to know about one of our best new features.
Mm-hmm.
We can go directly to YouTube.
Absolutely.
So the only way, the way you would find us is to go to YouTube, find the Somerville Line, and then click on the live segment. Now, if it's not a Friday night, you won't see a live show between 2 and 10. So you just watch our shows, send us some feedback at the Somerville Line at gmail.com.
It goes right to my phone.
Right to her phone. Right to her phone.
Absolutely.
I mean, she's hot. She's on
Absolutely.
It all. So we have YouTube happening.
Yep.
We have community activities happening.
Yep.
We have new members to Somerville Community Center.
Absolutely.
SMC,
Somerville Media Center.
Somerville Media Center.
It takes a minute to get used to. We're so used to calling it Scat TV. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? We have our third week of the month. We have A to Z Talent.
Yep.
We're bringing in new talent, new artists, and sharing information on how to make that artist a better artist.
Right.
And we have another great show, the Cut the Bull Beat. That happens
Cut the
on the
BS.
Right, that happens on the third Friday. And then on the fourth Friday, we have more fabulous shows along with some fashion industry tips from Teddy. And he's putting out some great things with True Era. And then we also have our new show with Women in Film Video of the New England area.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then we can't forget Miss Melanie Morris.
Absolutely.
Who's going to be here. What next? April 14th.
April 14th. Yes.
With Kazi Tori.
Yep.
Who's coming to the house. We also have the Mass Movement with Pretty Poison and her group Guy Legacy. Thank you, Guy, for all of that you do.
Absolutely.
So,
and just so everyone knows too, we will not be having a show on April 7th. There's going to be a 24-hour telethon happening at the studio. So
Boston Hassle, check it out on the website, the Somerville Media Center website. You can also join, become a member, and you too can help us with the telethon.
Absolutely.
Those 24 hours.
Yeah.
But before we run out of time, we do want to talk about our upcoming events.
Yeah, we have so much. This everything Somerville Line has really developed, I would say, over the past couple of years for sure.
Couple of years. I mean, we started the show July 1st, 2014. Thank you to the guys from Aji's in Cambridge, off of Holyoke Street, who were our first guests. Steve and Sid and David, who came in right here on the stage, and who joined us. But
I think we're gonna have to do a show about the history of the Somerville Line, right?
We need to do a party.
Yeah.
I would love to do a party. If you're interested in sponsoring us or supporting us to have the Somerville Line thank you party for all of our VIPs.
Absolutely.
Hit up Crystal.
You know where to find me. It goes right to my phone.
But before we miss out on time, Ms. Crystal, I want to talk about our telethon.
Yes, we have a telethon, guys. This is happening, was it July 29th?
July
28th. It's happening July 28th. We will be live for a smooth, almost 12 hours. 12 hours straight, no sleep, through the night. You guys can come down to the studio and hang out with us all night. We're going to have live performances. We're going to have artists coming on. It's going to be a party. I mean, we party every Friday night regardless, so this just gives us an extra 10 hours to play with to party.
And we came up with this thought of doing the telethon because we had such a fabulous time at our Cut the Bullshit launch party.
Oops.
And we had such a great time, and it was like,
absolutely.
You know what? We ran out of time.
Yeah.
How did we not run out of time?
It was too short. We needed more time.
It was too short, like the rapper, right?
Hey.
So we said, what should we do?
Right.
Let's do a telethon.
Yeah.
We have 12 hours that we can bring music, entertainment,
It's going to be a party.
It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely.
It's going to be empowering.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's going to be a place where you can network, where you can meet people. Our goal is to have some great food here.
It's going to be summertime. I know when we were talking about it, I'm like, we can't be outside. It's going to be cold, but it's the middle of July. It's going to be warm. We're going to have food. We're going to have probably the picnic table set out front.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then we also do a radio show on Sunday night. Pat Scott and Gio Da Vinci are our hosts
Hey,
for
Gio.
the radio show. They're joining me. And this is all in preparation for our summer series where we're going to have some spoken word entertainment right outside on the patio of Somerville Media Center.
Yeah.
And you know what? The reason we're doing this is we want to meet the artists that enjoy spoken word, hip hop, good music,
All of the above.
all of the above, because it's leading up to the
Evolution of hip hop.
our third, guys, our third.
Which is like, I was literally talking to Missy Yvette the other day, and I'm like, what? Like, I remember when this was just an idea that was floating around the atmosphere, and then we did the first one, and it was such a success, and then we did the second one, and now this third one is going to be even bigger. We have so much in store for you guys. You have no idea. Meetings on meetings on meetings are happening. There's so much work happening behind the scenes. You guys definitely don't want to miss out on this. It's going to be even bigger and even better.
Even bigger and better.
Yeah.
We have the Somerville Line, What's the Word Radio,
Absolutely.
True Era. We have experienced creatives.
Yep.
Who are going to be some of the
Absolutely.
first sponsors, first contributors to this event.
Absolutely. And we also have chats with Big Sister right now happening, coming out to, see if we can get, a mentorship program going on as well. So we love to connect people, right? We love the networking.
We love creating a platform for
Yeah.
you. If you have a story that you want to share, if you have a person that you want to say,
Absolutely.
hey, thank you, give us a call, and then maybe we can bring them onto the show and do a
Or
surprise.
just email us, because, again, it
yeah.
goes right to my phone, the Somerville Line at
Email.
gmail.com.
You can tell there's a little time difference there. I used to be, give us a call. Now it's email.
You can call her and email me.
Yes.
There we go.
Email number, my telephone number will be on our Save the Date 3rd Annual Evolution of Hip Hop flyer.
Absolutely.
Martin and Deandra are working on the flyers right
Yes.
now, and hopefully they'll be out in the next couple of weeks. But,
Yeah.
Guys, it's been awesome.
And before we have I think we have about 3 minutes before we go.
Yep.
And I told you I was going to do this. And I absolutely want to say a big thank you to you, Ms. Yvette. I hope you cry. Because this has been a really awesome ride. I remember when I graduated college in 2015, I didn't know how I was going to make use of this really expensive degree I had in broadcast journalism. And my aunt connected me to Miss Yvette, which was totally awesome, came in tinkering with the cameras. And next thing you know, she threw me in front of the camera, which she is notorious for doing, just throwing people in front of the cameras when they weren't even ready and expecting it. But I must say, I appreciate, giving me this platform, allowing me to, really just make use of everything I want to do, really express my creative side, and really like pushing me to do more. So I really appreciate it. I know you say I'm like one of your kids all the time, and I definitely appreciate it. So I just wanted to say that because, even if I don't say it or if we don't, say it every week or every day, whatever it is, that I appreciate it, I appreciate it, I appreciate it. So
I'm going to say thank you, and I want to give you a great big hug. But before we end this, you're telling me you're okay with my fishing?
I am. I said it. I said it on live TV. So.
Kaya and Zuri, did you hear that?
Yeah. Absolutely. This has been such an awesome match, and we're both cancers. So sometimes we butt heads, but
we figured out why.
It's because we're both cancers.
We're both cancers.
Absolutely. So yeah, again, I appreciate all that you've done, all the hard work. Miss Eva is always like. Her gears are always turning, right? So she meets someone, and then her gears start turning and figure out, how can we incorporate them into the show? How can we give them a platform? Where can we fit you into our lives? And, how can we help you achieve whatever it is you want to achieve? So, yeah.
But Chris and I would have been able to do it.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
So it takes a team. It takes a village. We talk about this all the time. Mm-hmm. So, you guys, if you want something done, grab the hand of someone else. Yeah. And let's walk this road together.
Absolutely.
Gio,
thank you so much,
Genevieve,
Gio.
come on
over. Yeah.
Let's say goodbye. Way back in the day, we used to say peace. Somerville. We may start that again.
I think we have to. I think we're definitely going to have to.
Yes, I think so too.
It's our signature. Peace, love, 365. We do the little peace sign.
We got to practice on that one. But it's been awesome, and I'm just so excited to be able to incorporate. I'm just very excited about being able to incorporate the youth and I started this just because of my kids and wanting to make sure I had the right type of communication. And it's awesome.
So thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace,
Next
love, 365.
Until then, be good.
Oh, and the big party. I'm sorry that if you're on YouTube, you're hearing this. March 31st, right here in the studio. Meet the Talent. Big party. Check us out on YouTube. And if you want to be part of it, give us an email. The Somerville Line at gmail.com.
It goes to my phone.